Your brain is a pattern recognition system designed to conserve energy. When a thought repeats, the brain flags it as important. When something is important, it is reinforced. And when it is reinforced, it becomes automatic. Automatic thoughts turn into habits. Habits turn into identity. And identity quietly dictates behavior without asking for permission. This is why most people believe they are stuck because of circumstances, motivation, or discipline, when in reality they're stuck because of repetition. The brain does not ask whether belief is helpful, only whether it is familiar. Familiar feels safe, and safe gets protected. Your brain evolved for survival, not accuracy. Survival favors predictability, predictability favors familiarity, and familiarity is built through repetition rather than truth. If something repeats often enough, the brain assumes it must matter. And once it matters, it is reinforced regardless of whether it is correct. That is why you can intellectually understand what you should do and still fail to do it. Logic does not drive behavior. Training history does. The brain executes what it has rehearsed, not what you wish were true. This is how people trap themselves. A sentence gets repeated during frustration. I am not disciplined. I always burn out. I cannot stay consistent. At first, these sentences feel emotional, temporary, or harmless, but repetition removes emotional context. Over time, the sentence stops sounding like frustration and starts sounding like a description of reality. It was never a fact. It was rehearsal. Rehearsal prepares the brain for reality. Once a belief has been rehearsed enough times, the brain begins protecting it. Not because it is useful or accurate, but because it is familiar. Familiar feels predictable. Predictable feels safe, and the brain prioritizes safety over progress every time. When you attempt to act against a rehearsed identity, the brain generates resistance. That resistance shows up as fatigue, doubt, hesitation, and excuses that feel logical. This resistance is not designed to stop you from improving. It exists to return you to what the brain already knows. This is why change feels uncomfortable even when it is positive. The discomfort is not evidence that something is wrong. It is evidence that you're acting against a trained identity. Resistance, its loyalty to repetition. Most people misinterpret this resistance as proof that they lack motivation. They do not. Motivation is not the problem. Identity alignment is the problem. Motivation is unnecessary for behaviors that feel automatic. You do not need motivation to do what matches your identity. You only need motivation when behavior contradicts identity. This is why discipline feels hard for most people. Effort itself is not the issue. Identity conflict is. When behavior aligns with identity, action feels natural. When behavior contradicts identity, action feels heavy. Your brain is most impressionable when cognitive control is low. When you are tired, stressed, overwhelmed, or depleted, the brain stops filtering information and starts absorbing patterns. This is why late-night self-talk matters more than morning affirmations. What you repeat when you want to quit gets encoded the deepest. Under pressure, you do not rise to your goals. You fall to your defaults. Defaults are built by repetition. Stress does not create new behavior, it reveals what has been practiced. Language plays a critical role in this process because to the brain, language is not descriptive. It is procedural. Words are not labels. They are instructions. When you say, I will try, the brain hears uncertainty and delays commitment. When you say, I am tired, the brain initiates recovery behavior. Passive language trains passive response patterns. If you speak hesitation consistently, the brain rehearses hesitation. If you speak decisiveness consistently, the brain rehearses decisiveness. Replace passive phrases with commands such as I move first, I finish, and I act even when I do not feel like it. These are not affirmations. They are operational instructions. Repetition turns instructions into defaults. Identity is not discovered. It is practiced. Belief does not come first. Action comes first. The brain updates identity through evidence created by repetition, not through emotion or intensity. Small, repeated, uncomfortable actions generate proof. Proof reshapes belief. Belief reinforces identity. This is why short bursts of motivation rarely lead to lasting change. Intensity does not update identity. Frequency does. The brain counts repetitions, not emotional spikes. Your current life is not the result of your potential. It is the result of your practiced identity. Every sentence you repeat is either reinforcing who you have been or programming who you are becoming. There is no neutral self-talk. Everything you repeat trains something. If you want behavior to change, start with language. If you want identity to change, repeat that language under resistance. That is when the brain is listening most closely. Delete the lie. Repeat the truth. This channel exists to replace unconscious repetition with deliberate execution. If that is what you're here for, subscribe and comment the sentence you're done repeating.